So, it has been a while since my first video about Persona 5, huh? Now it's time for my in-depth review. I will be answering many frequently asked questions. But don't worry, I will not enter in the spoiler territory. With that said, it's appropriate to start with
how long it takes to finish the game.
It took me over 100 hours, but early reviews said it takes around 8 hours to finish the game without doing any optional stuff. I don't know if social links count as optional stuff for them, but I bet I could finish the game in even less than 8 hours if I were to ignore all of them, although that would be a very boring playthrough.
Is Morgana a boy or a girl?
I will not say what Morgana is or where he came from, but despite the name, he is definitely a boy. And he even has male preferences, by the way.
Can you get new costumes without buying download contents?
I don't think so. At the very least, I couldn't find any alternative costume in the normal game, which is rather disappointing, because Tokyo Mirage Sessions had a lot of alternative costumes to unlock, so I was expecting it would be the same for Persona 5.
How does social links work?
Much like in the previous games, social links can give bonus experience during fusions, and thanks to the story's narrative, each social link feels more significant than before.
あれだけの犯罪行為を成功させるにはかなりの戦術が必要だと思うのよ。それも素人の浅知恵なんかじゃない。普段から戦術を扱う専門家クラス。心当たりあるのよね。
You can still get into a romantic relationship with any of the female social links, but you still can't have a homosexual relationship in this game. By completing a social link, you will unlock the fusion for the ultimate persona of Dead Arcana. Furthermore, your allies will also unlock the ultimate persona, but unlike Persona 4 Golden, they only got 2 forms.
How does fusion work?
Fusions can be done with up to 6 demons at the same time, and aside from those neat animations, the basics are very similar to Persona 4. But there are some new features as well. For example, you can leave your persona to train at the Velvet Room, which will give that persona new skills after some days have passed. You can also turn your persona into unique items, and you can even sacrifice a persona to give new skills and experience points to another persona. The skills cards are also back from Persona 4 Golden, and you can ask Yusuke to make copies for you, but you can only request 1 card per day.
How does dungeons work?
Each dungeon feels completely different from one another, and each one has unique gimmicks and themes. There is also a lot of important events and character developments in each dungeon, which makes these dungeons more memorable than those from previous installments. Unlike the previous Persona games, all the dungeons for the main story have unique level designs, but you can still get the randomly generated dungeons in the form of the Mementos dungeon. Since you can never return to one of the main dungeons once you clear it, the Mementos is your way to level up to prepare for the next dungeons. There are plenty of enemies and treasures in it too, and you will unlock new sessions as the story progresses. You don't need to visit the Mementos all the time, but you will still need to complete it at some point of the game in order to reach the final dungeon.
How is the basic flow of the game's campaign?
It's kinda similar to Persona 4. You still got your everyday school life, where you can answer quiz questions from your teachers. You can also do social links, or you can go to the Mementos to grind and to do side quests. At a certain point, there will be a series of events where the next villain will be presented, and then shortly after, the next dungeon will be unlocked. It's now impossible to clear a dungeon in a single day. Now you will need at least 4 days to do so. The first day on the dungeon is for a reconnaissance mission, and after that you have the following days to clear the dungeon, which is around 10 to 20 days. But before you can face the boss, you have to send a calling card to the villain in the real life. and it's only at the next day that you can face the boss of the dungeon. It's obligatory to do a reconnaissance mission and to send the calling card, which means that you will need at least 4 days to clear any dungeon.
How much your choices matter to the story?
Very little. You don't need to worry about your choices as much as you did in Persona 4. However, there will be a point where you can get a bad ending, but only if you pick the wrong answers to the questions of that particular event. And unlike Persona 4, there is no super duper hidden true ending this time around. At least, for the time being.
Does Persona 5 plays better on a PlayStation 4 Pro?
Probably not. Persona 5 was not created with the PlayStation 4 Pro in mind. Rather, it was originally created for the PlayStation 3. And as far as I can tell, there are no big differences between the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 versions. Persona 5 is a beautiful game, but the real strength of Persona 5's graphics doesn't lie on the quality of the 3D models. They are pretty good, but not among the best. What really makes Persona 5 stand out are the stylish HUD designs, animation effects, and cutscenes. But if you pay close attention, you will notice that they use many tricks and techniques to create those great visuals. Like this crown of featureless middle-aged man, for example. And besides, as long as there isn't a patch for Persona 5 to work with the PlayStation 4 Pro, the only thing you will get from it are faster loading times, which are already pretty fast on the regular PlayStation 4.
I just can't wait for the English version, but I can't understand any Japanese. Will I be able to enjoy the Japanese version anyway?
Probably not. I don't think you will get stuck in the main campaign, because most of the menus are in English, and the objectives are very clear. But you will be missing a lot of context for both the main plot and social links. Without mentioning there are many hidden side quests and social links. So, I don't recommend it.
Is Persona 5 the perfect game you expected it to be?
I have only one problem with Persona 5, which is the fact that the main character is mute. I don't think a mute protagonist works for this type of story, because the plot in Persona 5 is all about expressing your true feelings to go up against society for the sake of changing everything for the better. The protagonist really needs to talk in a story like this, because this will give more impact to the scenes, and because this will give Hen a stronger connection with the characters around Hen.
つまりそういうこと。断ったら私の友達志保をレギュラーから外すって。これ以上はもう無理。あんな奴の言いなりとかもう無理だよ。けど大事な友達なの。だって私には志保だけしかいないから。私どうしたらいい？ごめん、わかんないよね。こんな話。
For that reason, there are many scenes that just doesn't make any sense.
おはよう。警戒されているようだな。
And there are many events where the main character wants to talk really badly, but he just isn't able to. And this is really painful to watch. It's not like this ruins the story of the game, but it could be even better if the main character could talk. This is just my opinion anyway, and I do understand that most gamers will have no problem with the mute main character, which is great actually, because for those people this will probably be a perfect game. Regardless, I still think Persona 5 is amazing. It became my favorite entry in the series, and this will most likely be the best game I will ever play in 2016. But this can't end here! Now we need a new Shin Megami Tensei for consoles, a new Raido Kuzunoha game, and who knows, even a spiritual successor to Digital Devil Saga. They spent years making those new 3D models, and now they need to recycle those assets as much as they can. Come on, Atlus, I know you can do it! We believe in you! And that's it for this review. But if you have any more questions about Persona 5, or if you have suggestions for future reviews, just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye!